And just look at that. 101 shines. That's like the most shines I've ever had. It's awesome. I don't know where I want to go right now. So, let's do 100 coins in Rico Harbor, I guess. Because I already opened the 100 coin guide and it's like, Rico Harbor's next. So, okay, episode 3. Let's go do that. Apparently this place won't be so bad because the coins are pretty consistent between each episode, so I suppose that means there's a lot of coins to find. My biggest concern for doing 100 coin shines are coins that disappear quickly that you could miss out on. It's like that sounds really unpleasant. And I'm sure I've said this before, but if you ask me, that is way worse than the blue coins. Because the blue coins are always there. You can't miss out on a blue coin unless you just don't pick it up. But like, you know, you don't have to redo a whole mission just because you missed a blue coin. Like, oh no, you didn't do the thing right, now you gotta restart the whole mission. Like, 100 coin shines are something you could, like, there's progress. Did I spray that guy? Didn't even spray that guy. Like, you're steadily building up progress towards it rather than just, you know, you go over here, it's like, oh, spray this thing, boop, there you go, blue coin popped out, pick it up, there you go. It's like, there's not much to screw up when you're trying to do a blue coin, but when you're doing 100 coins, you could get to 99 coins and then die, and then have to do the whole thing over again. Or you could miss out on coins because you didn't pick up coins fast enough or something. So, if you ask me, 100 coin shines are a way worse concept than run around the level and find these 30 sometimes obscurely hidden coins. So at least those are like a reward for exploring, you know? But that's you know, I've already said that, I'm sure, multiple times. Mario, would you please just get up on the thing? Get back up on top of the thing. So you know what's funny? Is that last time, I don't even remember what brought me to the train of thought, but last time I was talking about ZBoss. And then over the weekend I just happened to go to the bank so I could put some money in to buy stuff off of eBay. And I bought ZBoss. Because that's typically what I do when I have money in the bank I can spend. So I actually managed to get... Grab this. Whoa, I didn't think I was going to grab that. Because I dove for it. Oh, nope, hang on. Going the wrong way. I managed to get one of the kits that I've been wanting ever since I was a kid. That apparently only costs like 20 bucks back in the day. So it's like, if that were something nowadays where it's like, yeah, it's only 20 bucks. It's like, man, I'd get that right away. It's like, with the amount of parts in that, I'm sure the inflation would be like, that would be a $40 kit. But I guess that's just how inflation works. What's that one guy doing? Stop doing that. Stop. That's wrong. Don't do that. Knock it off. You're not gonna drop coins, are you? Yeah, basically one of my white whales, which was, it was a two... Would you die already? There. It was a 2-pack. One of the ones that comes with 2 guys. This, Transcorcher and Street Punk. Which is supposed to be like... It's kind of like a Transformer. I mean, it is Hasbro, so, you know, they could get away with doing that. And, you know, just like a... kind of like Mad Max-ish Street Punk kind of guy. Hence the name Street Punk. And the Transformer guy. You know, he's a robot, and then you can rebuild him into a vehicle. Like, there's like 3 different vehicles you can rebuild him into. And that's really neat. I used to think that it was like, you know, you would build him into the vehicle, and then, like a regular Transformer, you would just shift the parts around, and then there you go, now it's a robot. No, you actually have to take him apart and rebuild him like he's Lego. You know, like one of those Lego 3-in-1 Create sets, which, those are really cool. I like those. I got some of those recently, too. Because they're just, it's really neat being able to build it into different things. But yeah, you can just rebuild it into different vehicles. So that's a little bit unfortunate that it doesn't actually transform, but it's still a really cool pack. Like, I really like the fact that it's it's not only a vehicle that you can rebuild into a robot, and you can rebuild it, you know, and you don't have to follow the instructions to rebuild it into the same vehicle or the same robot. You can reconfigure it. Which, that was a train of thought. A train of thought I didn't really finish because I got distracted. I got sidetracked last time. Was a train of the train of thought was that what's really cool about ZVOZ is that, you know, you buy one figure and you can reconfigure the figure. I got a 1-up. That's cool. Why did you bonk into the wall? I didn't dive. Yeah, you buy one figure and you can reconfigure it, and it basically becomes like a whole new guy. Like, depending on how much you get to change about it. Because like a lot of guys, it's kind of just like, you know, with armor or without armor, and then there's like alternate heads, which can still go a long way. Because there's the guy who's like I think I mentioned him last time, the guy who's kind of like a super soldier, kind of adjacent to Halo's Spartans. I don't even remember if I specified Halo or if I just said Spartan. So yeah, which Spartan? Because, you know, there's the real life Spartan. Yeah, Alpha Ranger. You can, you know, you build him like you can build him like they build him on the box, which I tend to do. Because apparently, for as much as I like, you know, free thought and individuality and stuff, I can be pretty boring sometimes. It's just like, yeah, I just like the guy in the box. I'm gonna do it like that. I do the same thing with War Machine figures. You know, you gotta paint them. I'm just like, I want to paint them like on the box, but without the war damage, because I don't like the battle damage. I just like how it looks without it, which is still valid. So you can build Alpha Ranger like, you know, the Super Soldier with all the armor and stuff, or you can build it without the armor and there's an alternate head that has no helmet, and that looks, I mean, it does look a little bland, I suppose, because, you know, it's just some guy in a blue suit, like trying to specify what kind of suit, you know, like a bodysuit, not like a, excuse me, not like a lawyer suit, you know, not like fancy dress. But, you know, he's got different weapons, so he doesn't have to just be some guy in a suit. No, I need that. Good thing money floats, apparently. No wonder I can't drown. But then you could also build it like with you know, a little bit of armor to make him more like a light, you know, like a scout, I guess. Or, you know, one thing you could do that I did today with mine was I decided, you know what, I'm gonna put the shoulder, you know, what the box says are his shoulder pads. I'm gonna put them on his knees because they do fit there, and it does look pretty cool. You know, looks a little different. I think the instruction manual actually has that as one of the alternative builds. Which, you know, I just remembered, like, Lego used to do, and at the end of their instructions, they would have like example ways of things you could rebuild things into. It's a shame they don't do that anymore. That was really cool. But yeah, ZVOZ is basically like that. They have like how they build them on the box, and then the instructions have like other ways you can build them with the alternate parts. Man, my throat is feeling kind of scratchy. Feeling a little hard to talk. Feel like I'm not coming through clearly. My throat is not cooperating as usual. How many coins are up high? Just go there. I think I got sidetracked from a train of thought I was on with it. Oh, I grabbed onto the ledge. But yeah, like, another thing you can do with the Street Punk Transcorcher kit is, you know, not just build them differently, but combine them, which might not be an obvious thought. I don't know how obvious a thought that is. But yeah, any of the multi-character packs that they do, obviously you could just combine them to make something wildly different from either of what, you know, either of them separately, which is also really cool. You know, I just think of, like, you know, quote-unquote regular action figures, where it's like, you know, you get a guy and maybe he comes with like some armor that can come off as well and different weapons, but you know, they're not built to where you could take his head off and put on like a completely different action figure's head. But that's exactly what Zevaz are. They let you do that. So if you want a scorpion with a skeleton upper body, you can do that. Or if you want like a scorpion that's also like part mantis, those both of those kits exist, and you just combine them, and there you go. And then if you really want to go the extra mile, you can repaint them so it all fits together cohesively. Because you know they're all their own kit, so they're painted with their own palette. You know, so like the scorpion is red and brown, and the mantis is green. So if you don't want a red, green, and brown mantis scorpion, then you can repaint them. So it's almost like an entry level like War Machine, which War Machine itself was kind of meant to be entry level for, you know, affordable at least. That's what I was told. They switched from metal to plastic for their figures, so they were more affordable. So it's kind of like how people would take those and, you know, they would, I suppose the term is kit bash. They would take two kits that were different and they would put them together to make their own unique thing. And then, of course, because you have to paint the figure, you would paint it to be whatever you wanted it to look like for your kit bash. And Zevaz are basically like that, except they come painted. So if you don't want to paint them, or I was gonna say, or would rather not. Well, I guess that's not wanting to paint them. You know, if you don't want to paint them, or just aren't able to, you know, like you're giving it to a kid and a kid you don't trust with paints or something, like there you go, pre-paint it. Looks cool anyway, and if you want to make it more to your own tastes, you can paint it. And I'm really surprised that it's not a thing that's you know, a concept that's stuck around, because it is a really cool concept. Why is it so hard to line up these coins? The answer is because Mario controls like a car. You know, he doesn't turn on a dime. That's what I mean by that. Yeah, also Heroescape. That's the thing. My brother was talking, like when I was talking about this with my brother. That's what he said, and he brought up that a Hasbro franchise that he misses, and that's also like surprising that didn't stick around, because it's kind of the same idea of it's something you can customize. Oh, I just found a piece of candy that fell off the candy that I was eating, and it stuck to my hand. I didn't realize. It's a little gross to just have, like, you reach down, you're like, yeah, I'm gonna rub my hand along my pant leg, because sometimes I do that. I thought, oh, sticky thing, oh, surprise, there's sticky thing on your pants. Where'd the shine show up? I was distracted by the sticky thing. Where is it? Well, I guess that's part 2 of the 100 coin shine challenge. Yeah, Heroescape was something that it was kind of like a miniatures set. Oh, there it is. But you didn't have to paint anything. But the customization came in with the battlefield. It was all like hex-based tiles. So like the game you played on, it was hex-based. So it kind of was like a simplified version of like a tabletop game, where instead of measuring things out with, I was gonna go back in. That's not where we're going. Let's check airstrip totals. Airstrip totals. I don't know how many shines are over there, so maybe I'll save that for later. So let's go do another 100 coin shine, I guess. Let's see. Ah, letter from the Jarl. Moving up in the world, eh? Looks like that's it. Got to go. Gelato Beach. Nope, that's blue coins. I already did those. You can get boatload coins in episode 8 by popping watermelons over and over again. Watermelons will go back immediately. You can read this 10 times per melon for 30 coins. Which represents deliver watermelon shack for a bunch of coins. Is there an alternate option to grinding coins with the watermelons? No? Okay. Lame. So I could keep rambling about discontinued toys then. So yeah, you just, with HeroScape you would build your battlefield, and I'm surprised it didn't stick around because you don't like, you know, it's cool enough being able to build your own battlefield for the HeroScape game to work on, but like no one says it has to exclusively be for HeroScape. Like you could, it's still a little environment that you can put miniatures in. I mean, I don't know, maybe the scale is off for anything else to work with it, but like you totally could just play War Machine on top of that, or whatever other tabletop game you want to play that I don't know about, because War Machine's the only one I know of. Because I play it, because someone, you know, a friend at college showed me that. But yeah, you could just do whatever on it. So it's surprising that it didn't stick. I mean, maybe it's because their target audience was kids, and it's like, if you're thinking of, like, oh, this is something that advanced people could do. It's like, well, kids aren't always advanced people. Sometimes they just want to mess around with things and then, you know, not delve deep into it. So, you know, they would be exploring the surface level aspect of it and would probably just miss out and, you know, not have as much fun as they could. Which is fine. I certainly don't always delve deep into stuff. Trying to think if there's more I wanted to say about Zivaz in particular. Nothing is coming to mind, so I'll just keep rambling about Transcorcher, I guess. Transcorcher and Street Punk. I think Street Punk is kind of cool because I can tell that some of his parts are from the same mold as like Alpha Ranger and maybe some other figures. Although there are definitely unique parts on him still, so it's not like it's a total rehash. But for as much as I can tell that there were, you know, palette swaps on him basically. Oh! Don't you do it again! For as much as I can tell that there's palette swaps on him, he's still a cool figure. No, get it, okay. Should I get the rocket nozzle? I feel like I should get the rocket nozzle. Some extra coins here. And, you know, also for him being human, like, you know, there are far wilder concepts used in Zivaz than humans. But somehow Street Punk is still a pretty cool guy. And I find that kind of fascinating that they pulled that off. You not get gold coins from Greenbirds? Okay. It's time to pop the watermelon. Pop it. Here. And that was what's cool about, you know, being able to combine. You know, you don't have to do exclusively one kit with its own parts. It's like when you get Transcorcher and Street Punk, you could make a Street Punk guy who's also part ATV, basically, because that's one of the vehicles you can rebuild Transcorcher into. So when I realized that, like, oh man, I'm so excited for the one I ordered to show up, so I can do that. So it's like a cyborg vehicle guy. And I think the one I ordered, it said that they believe it's complete. It's just missing some stickers. I don't care about the stickers. You know, who really does? But as far as I can tell from the pictures, I think it is missing some alternate parts, which is a little bit of a shame. But I think the main parts are all there, so that's, you know, I can be happy about that. Maybe I'll find the alternate parts in like one of those miscellaneous part lots that you see so often. And, you know, I don't blame the person for thinking that it's mostly complete, because when you look in the instructions, all the parts that they show in the picture are there in the instructions. But from my own, you know, because I'm so excited for it to show up, I just can't stop thinking about it. I keep looking it up on, like, you know, seeing what other information I can find on the kit. So I looked up, like, the instruction manual. and I was looking at like other pictures people have taken of that kit, and I saw a review someone did of it, and apparently there are like 2 more alternate heads. Which, now that I think about it, that makes sense because I knew that I knew Street Punk had alternate heads. You know, he had his own 2, and then apparently the robot also, you know, Transcorcher also has alternate heads of his own. So it's like, oh, duh. It's like every figure comes with alternate heads. Why did I think Transcorcher would not? It's because I thought Street Punk would have the alternate heads. So I figured like that was it. Which, you know, if you ask me, that would have been enough. But it's cool that they were supposed to have alternate heads for the Transcorcher as well. That they thought to do that. Excuse me, you know. I feel like a modern day Hasbro. Not that I have anything against Hasbro currently. Like, I haven't heard of them doing anything shady, but, you know, the way video game companies are, at least, I wouldn't have been surprised to hear that Hasbro's like, yeah, you know what? If we don't have to include extra parts, we're not gonna. Because, you know, that's just how you run a business. You don't include anything that you don't need to include. Because that's how you keep costs down. Are there any coins over here that were used? I don't think so. I should get the turbo nozzle if I'm going to search the ocean. And then, so I believe the one I ordered is missing Transcorcher's alternate heads. So I'll have to keep an eye out for those. And then also Street Punk's alternate forearms, because they have forearms. Which I think this is interesting that they even did that. That he has not only an alternate chest, so he has like the shirtless warrior version, and then like a shirt version, so you can make him into like a proper pilot. You know, wearing a proper pilot outfit, I guess. What was with that wimpy rocket nozzle jump? But they have an alternate chest that makes him properly suited up, and then they have forearms that is like his default forearms that are like Punk bracelets, and then they got alternate smaller forearms, which I don't really. I mean, I can't say I don't understand why they did that, because, you know, they did it because customization. But I find it fascinating that they did that at all, because they really didn't have to. I think a pilot would have still looked pilot-y, even with the Punk bracelets on. You know, it still would have looked like a complete suit. Okay, already got you. Man, I need more water. Doing too much talking already. Oh, the turbo nozzle's over here, isn't it? So I'm gonna use that to get around. I might as well go get it. So yeah, I'm missing the alternate heads and alternate forearms. It's a little sad, but oh well. I would definitely be really happy to see that, you know, the kit shows up and I open it up. It's like, oh, there's the alternate forearms, yeah. But you know, I'm just gonna accept the fact that they don't have them, because, you know, I can build how they look on the box, and that's good enough for me. Okay, get the ones on the trees, and then I'll get the turbo nozzle. I'll do this the smart way. Ow! I landed in the water and I still got hurt. Wait, stop falling out of the tree! Okay, good. Oh, I gotta get those too. Thankfully, I need the nozzle that you can't switch out. Actually, I don't think there's gonna be any coins in the ocean, but I guess I'll check anyway. Okay, that's the 50 mark. Cool. Oh, I didn't do the big jump like I thought I was gonna. And then I also happened to buy it because it's not really related to anything I was talking about. Yeah, I had some money left, so I was like, you know what, I'll get another kit. So I got Bone Cutter, which is the mantis I mentioned. The green mantis. I actually have an almost complete Bone Cutter, but, you know, I figured, like, yeah, you know, this Bone Cutter is pretty decently cheap. It's like 30 bucks. You know, if it were new in box, it would probably be 60 anyway, so it's like, you know, basically half price. Okay, can I break... How do I break these ones open? They said I could do that. Sorry. Or maybe... Oh, no, it's these ones. The other... Oh, don't you get coins for killing them? Ah! Excuse me. Hey, buddy, come follow me. Hey. Hey, buddy. Hey, follow me. Hey. And... Yeah, I wanted a complete Bone Cutter. Which Bone Cutter originally came in a 2-pack, so it's, you know, kind of sad that I couldn't get a good price on, you know, having Bone Cutter and the guy he comes with, Shadowblade, I think his name was, who is a ninja. But I'll sell it for Bone Cutter now. Which, once he arrives, I'll have both of the 2 bug kits that they did. Feels like they did a ton of robots and humans. And undead, and then it's for their bug faction, they're just like, a mantis and a scorpion, and that's it. Which they're cool kits. I'm sure anyone who's a proper fan of bugs will probably care about them. Oh, I'm not getting coins for that. But, you know, I've always been a little indifferent towards them, and then I forget what changed my mind, but then I just say, you know what, I'm gonna get Bone Cutter, or not Bone Cutter, Dune Stinger is the scorpion, and then he showed up, and it was actually new in box, but I got it for so cheap. It was like, you know what? I'm gonna open it, because that's what I want to do. I want to open it and customize them, and play around with the parts, put the parts on other guys. So I did that, and I was like, man, this guy's actually pretty cool. I should get Bone Cutter. So eventually, I decided to get Bone Cutter, which was the other day over the weekend. One thing I wanted to do with the Bone Cutter specifically was he comes with this, like, shield that's like, you know, a bug shield. It's kind of like a bug's shell, like a mantis shell, kind of. Not quite mantis-y, but it's kind of that same feel of, like, you know, exoskeleton shield. Ow. And it's got the little the socket joints on it that you can grow faster, that you can use to put the wings on it. So I figured, like, oh, put the wings on the shield and then put the shield on a character's back, and there you go, you have a cool, like, bug wing armor backpack wing pack thing. I was like, no, apparently it's only got one peg compared to the 2 that characters with backpacks usually use. So it's like, oh man, I can't use this for a backpack. Are there coins down there? Let me get the coins. Let me get the coins. Just remember to spray the cataquacks to make them fall over. So yeah, my Transcorcher set, Transcorcher and Street Punk's supposed to show up on Wednesday. So I'll probably have something to talk about with that. What are you peeing for? With rocket nozzle not firing, it's gonna more like diarrhea. Yeah, I'll probably have something to say about Transcorcher and Street Punk next stream, after they've shown up, and then Bone Cutter should show up on Tuesday, or no, Thursday. Or maybe they'll show up at the same time, I don't know. I've had that happen where it's like, these 2 things are supposed to show up like 3 days apart, and then, oh, surprise, they came a day early and also at the same time. The mail can be funny like that. But then I've also had days, or I guess not really days, I've had times where I order something and it's like, yeah, it's in your country now, it's in your state, and 2 days later, and there it is, now it's at your door. Well, maybe not 2 days, but you know. Okay, I'm gonna stop trying to go up the hill, because it's not really working. Dude! I'll just go back over this way and just be careful trying to get to the line. The power line. But yeah, I have had something where it was like basically the entire day. It's like, okay, it's in your state. and it's at this mailing facility that's close by, and the mail came and it didn't show up. Better luck next time. It's gonna show up tomorrow, I guess. Why? Why did you stay at the shipping facility for a whole day when my mailbox is right there? I mean, not at the shipping whatever place, distribution facility, but close enough. Maybe I should get back to Hover Nozzle. It's too bad that I can never seem to find, at a price I can afford, the kit I want the most, which is, I don't know if I don't know if I got all of the coins out of these weapons, which is Predacrawler. I think I mentioned this last time, which is like a four-legged robot that just looks really cool. And I could just, it never seems to be at a price I can afford when I have any money. Because it's like, well, I can't remember the last times I've looked, but at least, like, you know, it seems like every time I look when I don't have money, it's like, oh, here's a reasonably priced Predacrawler. It's like, oh, it's such a shame I don't have the money for that. And then I get the money. And it's like, oh, surprise! It's either either you can't find it, or it's $250 for just the one guy. There's another one that comes in a 2-pack. There's Predacrawler and Cryo Katana. So getting them both for a reasonable price would be pretty cool. And it seems like that's what happens when I don't have the money, and then when I do have the money, it's like, yeah, here's just the one guy, not even all the parts, and I'm asking for $100. I'm not spending $100 if I can't get the whole guy. I would gladly pay $100 if I could get him, I get him in a decent condition with all his parts. But I think I also do have a habit of overpaying on Z-Boss, because it's like, I just want it. And they're rare, so it's like, I see it, I can afford it, I'll go for it. That's what I did with the... Are you serious? That's what I did with Street Punk and Transcorcher. It's like, you know what? If they say it's got all the parts, it's $60. That feels reasonable to me. I'll get it. So I did. And that was the whole story, the end. I'm such a good storyteller. Now, can you just land on the rope? On the rope! Okay. So what I'll do is I'll get up here. I said up here, not fall down. And now I have no water. Now we really don't have any water. Oh, Mario can't jump high enough, can he? Oh, come on. Why is this so hard? It's such a simple concept. Just get on the wires and go up. Go up on the wires. Okay. We're back. We got mostly full water. Where am I even going? I should aim for those wires. So I'm gonna go back. And take the reasonable start that can actually help you reach where you're going. There. So we're on these wires, and now we can get over and jump on to those wires. Hopefully. There. Depth perception was on my side this time. So it's 76 coins. And I did not take the time to bust every watermelon open to, be sure I did each watermelon 10 times. I know I did that one back there. Whooped. Screwing myself up with my twirling of the camera. So gotta be sure I smash that one down there. And then the one by the surf shack, I guess. Or is that the surf shack down there? I mean, the other one's got surfboards in front of it, so I assume that's the surf shack. You better not fall down, Mario. See, now, the tough thing is now I gotta get those coins. Uh-oh. Depth perception. Oh. So come up here. Get these. Come on. Oh no, I need the rocket nozzle! No! The whole time I needed it. Okay, let's get the watermelons open. And hopefully we won't need those, however many are floating in the sky. 10. Okay, come back over here. Let's make sure we've gotten all the coins out of this one. And it's not just that you're bored and you're distracted talking about Z-Vaz. No, stop! No! Oh, stupid Catacrack, you made me miss a coin! I hate these ones. You can't kill them. I mean, you can. But they're stupid. They're still stupid anyway. They hurt you. They made me miss a coin. I'm mad. What was that? What do you do? Of course, when you want the watermelon to break, then it becomes indestructible. Yeah, you stay away. Stay away. I hope that if you miss out on a coin from breaking a watermelon open, that it does not count towards the 10 that you can get out of it. That you have to collect 10 from it for it to stop dropping coins. I have no idea if that confirms it. Because I did not sit here and count out how many coins it dropped. Because I did not pay attention. And I did not sit here and do it even consecutively. No, not that way. Why are you going that way? Yeah, I feel like the 2 packs of Z-Vaz really, you know, they're a really good example of just the potential that those figures have. Because it's much easier to see the possibility in combining things when you have 2 things to combine. 2 things that are, like, thematically different. Don't. Why are you going the wrong way? Why is it not... Why is spraying... Whatever. But apparently spraying it is a decent way to get it to roll without it going too far, too fast, too furious. Oh, no, that's too small. Tiny, really. I guess I'll have to choose one of those 3 over there. Thanks for the coins. Oh, that's a lot of coins. I guess I won't need the sky coins. As long as I can also get 6 out of the other watermelon by the Surf Shack. Oh, and it stopped spawning over there, too. Neat. I have eliminated a watermelon. So apparently these 100 coin shines take about 20 minutes each. So I guess if you're doing this as a Let's Play and not speeding it up, like, I suppose that's what I'll end up doing because I'm talking over these. That it takes, you know, if you did them as 20-minute episodes, it'd be 1 episode per 100 coin shine. But I have no idea how I'm gonna split up these streams when I put them up on YouTube, so I have no idea if I will do 20-minute episodes or if I'll just do 1 stream and just see how on 2 hours I can make it. No, not that way. Go that way. Also, I have not burst this open all the way, so... That's the wrong way. No, get up on the no, not all the way over! It's fine. I'm not that mad. Yeah, I feel like Transcorcher and Street Punk especially exhibit just how cool, you know, how much potential Z-Vaz had. Because it's like, you know, it's not just a guy you can rebuild into a different guy. It's a robot that you can rebuild into different vehicles. Like, they could have also done more vehicles like that. Well, not bad, but not great either. It's not bigger than any of those 3 over there. Doesn't have to be, I just need the coins, thank you! I feel like with the amount of coins that they give you from doing that maybe you don't need to just bust the watermelons open. At least not for all 10 coins. Hang on, I got 2 pings on Discord. Oh, I could probably check that later. Probably. Oh, I forgot where the shine spawned again. Oh, it's over there. The peninsula. What is that? What is that old Zelda tip that the old man gives you that says something about a peninsula? That confused a lot of players because it's like, what is a peninsula? It's like, even if you know what a peninsula is, it's like, where is that in Zelda 1? Yeah, I think if Zevaz had survived longer, it would have been cool to see them do things that aren't just a person that you can rebuild, that use the same parts system, that you could also use to, like, you know, tack on to something that is a person, you know? Like, imagine if they did a tank. That, you know, it's not a tank that turns into a robot, it's just a tank. But it's also a tank that you can turn into, like, a battle suit. Okay, what's the next area? Yeah, like a tank that you can turn into a battle suit by taking those parts, and not necessarily taking all the parts, but, you know, taking the armor plates at least, and putting those on a guy to make him like a walking tank. Oh, that's too far back. I hit the wrong back button. Peanut Park. Pineapple Park. Episode 2. Oh yeah, that makes sense. I should have thought of that myself, because of the bullet bills and the gold bills. That's not how money works. Bills are not golden. Though if I remember right, a bill basically represents, like, yeah, this $1 bill represents 1 bar of gold. Which is where the term gold standard comes from, because that was what a bill meant. It was judged against gold as the standard of how much value it had, I think. I don't know, I'm not an economy guy. I'm certainly not a historian. Dang, I thought I had like one more thing. I was gonna stop talking about Zevaz after I said this one thing, and I forgot what it was. Oh yeah, this, like, there were like prototypes for a new wave of Zevaz that got canceled when Hasbro decided, you know what, Zevaz doesn't sell well enough, so we're just not gonna keep doing this. Which is stupid, but oh well. I guess it's, you know, business got a business, I guess. And those figures were like the coolest ones that they've ever done. Like, I feel like every Zevaz is cool in some way. But these ones were especially cool. Like, there was supposed to be like an upgraded version of one of the old, like, Wave 1 guys. The robot called Sledge Trooper. Oh no, I missed a gold bill. I could have got coins. There was gonna be like the best way I can describe it is like a roller skating RoboCop. So it's kind of like an armored cop that also just happened to be on roller skates, which I think looked pretty cool. Although a little bit un-Zevaz-like in its proportions, it looked a little bit more like a typical action figure, I suppose. Oh, I missed another gold bill. And then there was also like a fire elemental guy that I think was also like partially tiki themed. I think he was supposed to be like a lava surfer. And then my favorite one was this guy called Netgeist. That was like a hacker cyborg guy, which definitely looks early 2000s in his hacker guy aesthetic. But he just looks so cool. Kind of a little bit in the same realm of what makes Predacrawler look cool, because he's got a claw. They basically both have claws. Apparently that's the thing I like in Zevaz. It's claws. Zevaz claws. I don't suppose to... Stop jumping on them! Do bobs give coin? They do. But not when they just explode. Is it just when you throw them, or you have to hit the Monty Mole? No, when you throw them. Okay, cool. I realize I'm too close for him to keep spitting bullet bills, but you know, let's get some Bob-omb coins. Apparently not. Yeah, I don't know if there's anyone out there who would ever actually, like... I think there are physical versions of those prototypes out there. Because I think I've seen pictures of... I want to say his name was Shell Shock or something like that. He was a turtle. Which was supposed to be the second one in one of the new factions they made in, like, Wave 2 or 3. For, like... I guess magical reptiles, or maybe just reptiles in general. Because the only other one... The single one that officially exists in that faction is a dragon. Ow. Okay, let's keep getting some bills. Get bills, get paid. Because that's how that works in real life. It's when you have bills. That also is how you are paid. Unless you get a check. I guess that's not necessarily a bill. Oh, I guess I didn't finish my train of thought, but like, if there's, I don't know if there's an actual, like, a physical version of Netgeist out there that actually exists in physical form. I think the Roller Skate Cop also has one, but I would definitely, like, if I could ever afford it, I would definitely buy a physical Netgeist. Like, it really baffles me how something so creative like Zvoz can not survive. Like, only lasts for a couple of waves, and it's like, yeah, it's not popular enough, so we're just gonna just cancel it. You know, never mind that cool new fourth wave you were gonna have. Yeah, you can cancel that. Throw the prototypes you have of it in the trash. It's like I get corporations just have to nix stuff that's not doing as well as they need it to, but like, how can something as cool as Zvoz that has so much... Wow, that did a lot of damage. How could something as creative as Zvoz with so much potential just get canceled? It's just like those TV shows that it's like it's a really good show and it only goes on for 3 seasons, but then you look at something that's like really generic and boring. It's like, oh yeah, this ticks all the boxes of, like, you know, lowest common denominator. So there we go. There's your 8-season show. I'm thinking of a particular Disney sitcom when I think of that. It's like, yeah, how can that show go on for as long as it did and be so, you know, while being so generic and boring, and yet something like Invader Zim that's really creative and unique, it's stylish, get canceled after like 2 seasons. Oh, there's the gold bill. Yeah, there we go. Oh, okay. Couple more bills. Oh no, they're done dropping coins now? Yeah, that's fine. And I probably still could have got some off of Bob-ombs too. Looks like that took only about 8 minutes. That's cool. And I'm out of Zvoz things to ramble about, so now I gotta figure out something. Oh, hello, coin that popped out when I was just trying to run over to the Shine. I gotta think of something else to talk about. You know, something something that kind of makes me sad. Maybe I should have started this train of thought when I knew what level I was going to do next. Now, like the wrong back button again. Serenity Beach. Episode 3 is the most straightforward one. Okay. That does seem to be the one... It seems like episode 3 is the one that they've said the most so far. It almost seems like they intentionally made it where episode 3 is like the easiest to get all the coins. Because I suppose episode 3 of every world is like where basically everything opens up. Where like episode 1 is where things are kind of closed off, and then episode 2 is a little less narrow, I guess. I guess I'm more thinking of like Ruko Harbor, where they want you to go up to the upper area, but it's kind of closed off because they got the stuff over the manholes. So you kind of have to like climb your way up. And then in episode 2, it's like they got more goop in the water, kind of blocking you. Well, I guess that's more to block you from getting into blooper swimming without using a blooper. But it does feel like episode 3 is where you get like your proper freedom. Oh, wait. I was gonna rush right inside, but gotta get what coins we can get out here. Good start. What? Why do they give coins now? I guess it's not about putting out the fire, but just spraying the right spot. But you know, I was gonna say, for every show that gets canceled after 2 seasons. No, I cannot make that statement. I do not know for a fact that there are, for every show that gets canceled after 2 seasons, that's a good show, anyway. That there is a good show that lasts for like 7 or 8. But at least I can say there are shows that I like that have gone on for 7 or 8 seasons. Or are still going, like The Simpsons and SpongeBob. You know, as much as people might say, like, oh, those shows should have ended, like, arguably SpongeBob, because apparently there are some episodes that are just, like, rehashes of episodes they've already done. And when you get to that point, it's like, yeah, you probably shouldn't make more episodes. But, you know, we would still say that there's good episodes in, you know, however many billions of seasons. I know billions is way over-exaggerated. But for, you know, even for Simpsons and SpongeBob, but you know, for as long as those shows have been going on, they're still putting out, you know, at least sometimes a good episode. You know, you can't say every show that goes past a certain amount of seasons is always guaranteed to be bad. But I also understand the seasonal rot is definitely a thing. And you know, Flanderization is literally named for a Simpsons character. So, you know, I definitely understand a show being ended before it gets bad. But, you know, it also sucks when a show doesn't get to end properly. Like, it just came to mind, My Name is Earl. It's like they had an ending planned for that series, and they didn't get to do it because they were canceled. It's like, are you kidding me? You can't at least let the creator finish his vision before you have to corporate all over things? Makes me mad. Oh yeah, there's coins under these, or is it just one? No, it's both. Get the there. Get off the thing. There. You would think the tight space would be the easy one. You know, of all the platforming to do, you'd think jumping up and getting a coin on the roof of a cabana would be the easy thing. Okay, is that all the coins we can get on here? Probably one in the torch. Please stop burping. Jeez. I don't suppose I can get a regular coin out of this blue coin spot. No. And Zevaz is definitely something that I would say, like, yeah, this is not something that ended before starting to get terrible. This is something that ended right before it got really, really awesome with the like wave 4 or whatever wave it was gonna be. And it sounded like they were even gonna have like fun ideas for parts that were also like story related. With like, I forget what they were gonna call them, but I think they were planning on something that was like, I want to say it was like a power up piece, where like, I'm imagining like a character having like a compartment on his gauntlet that opens up and you stick like a battery like object inside, but I don't know how accurate that is. But I do know like I think most, if not all, the kits they had planned for that wave were gonna have like parts, like it was gonna be 2 kits, but it was gonna be like one guy and then some parts related to an entirely different faction also included. That is entirely separate from the concept of just including 2 figures from different factions like they've been doing since like the first wave. You know, at least for like discontinued toys, I suppose that's something that could always, you know, it always has the option to come back at some point, as opposed to a show where it's like, well, you know, you gotta have the actors available. So it's like, you know, if you wanted to continue, I forget what show I was thinking about, but you know, there are definitely shows where it's like, you know, you can't bring that, can't revive that show exactly as it was because the actors are much older than their characters were. So you'd have to do something. I assume iCarly is like this. The iCarly reboot is like, you know, it's not them anymore. Like it's the same actors, but now that the actors are older, it's like the characters had to be aged up as well. So it's like, you know, but I suppose cartoons have the leniency of, you know, you don't see the voice actors, so as long as they still sound like the character, that they can still, you know, you wouldn't notice the difference. But then there also definitely is the possibility of an actor passing away, and then there, you know, now you either have to recast them and have them look or sound different depending on if it's live action or a cartoon, but also just like, you know, just not continuing the thing because I knew you boo, you weren't spinning. You know, just not continuing something because it's like, well, you know, we can't bring this character back, so maybe we just won't bring the show back. Or maybe they'll just like kill the character off or write them out of it or something. I don't know. I guess there are more options than recasting and just not rebooting the show. Also, I suppose total reboots are a thing too, where it's like, you know, a complete refresh doesn't continue. It starts over, does new things, maybe has new actors. I can't say I know of a lot of things like that, but you know, there's the Ben 10 reboot, which I'm pretty sure Tara Strong still voiced Ben 10 in that, but I don't know about like Gwen and Grandpa Max. If they still had their original voice actors. I don't think Gwen did. Yeah, you better give me bookcase coins for remembering that's even a thing in this level. Oh, don't. Okay. I see that coin not spinning. I know that's a guy. Boop. Boop the boo. Do I want to go down and get Yoshi, or do I want to... I'll go get Yoshi. I was debating whether I would get Yoshi. Oh, you don't have to ground pound. Debating whether I would go get Yoshi or go through the vents first. But you're supposed to take Yoshi to the vents. So I'll come back. Are they all going to contain pineapples? Which also reminds me there's the crate ground pounding minigame still to do in Delfino Plaza. Which now I realize that my stream start notification, I said just Delfino and not Delfino Plaza. Pretty sure. So it's like, oops, I hope people knew what I meant, that there's still shines to get in Delfino Plaza. Okay, now let's go back on that same route so we can get to the big boo that was blocking the coins. Oh, there's two over here. Grab those before I get to 98 coins. Like, well, I have two more. I need two more. Okay, please just get on the boo. Not in the bathtub. Which I just noticed that the bathtub is tiled. Like, I guess I can't say there's like a law or anything that says your bathtub can't be tiled, but I imagine a tiled bathtub is not as pleasant as just a, you know, a bathtub that's all one piece and is all smooth and stuff. Yeah, now I can get that boo, get a coin for eating a boo. Get these 3 coins. No surprise, there's a 4th one in the lamp. Never mind. And yeah, I also can't say that I haven't seen any shows that I've liked where it's like, okay, you know, it's gone on for so long and the episodes aren't as great as they used to be, so I'm kind of just... Dude! Kind of just watching it, waiting for it to end. You know, hang on to the series just in case there is... Just in case there are more great episodes to be found. But yeah, seasonal rot is definitely a thing. So I definitely can't say it's always a bad thing when a show ends. Well, that just happened. Where you at? Where you at? The sound those guys make is great. Definitely the sound of a guy who's suddenly getting sucked up by a Yoshi. Okay, is this let out into the ladies' room? Yes, and she's got a pineapple. And I believe a blue coin would come out of the painting and no yellow coins. So let's spin jump out of here if we can. There we go. You know, what's interesting to think about is that superheroes are something that are so often rebooted that it just feels normal when it happens. But when it's like a TV show or like a movie series, it feels like a much rarer thing. Because, you know, there's like a million different versions of like Superman and Batman. But like, have they rebooted Terminator yet? Because I don't know that they have. They probably have. I think there was a reboot at some point. And you know, Jumanji got rebooted. How many movies was the original Jumanji? Because I would assume it was only one. So it's funny to think that the reboot is like, yeah, we're gonna reboot it where instead of a board game, it's a video game. And then we're also gonna do 2 movies, which, as far as I've heard, are like the exact same movie. You know, at least, you know, in terms of plot, it just follows the exact same arc. Which is kind of silly, but whatever. As long as, you know, there's... I don't know where I was going with that train of thought. You know, as long as they tried, I guess. They probably didn't try, I don't know. It does seem like the kind of movie that was like coasting off of, you know, a very basic appeal, and then, you know, the celebrities that were playing the main characters for when they're in the game. Oh no. Am I at the point where I've got 1 coin left to collect and I do not know where to find it? Well, I'm gonna say no, because I'm pretty sure I can get a coin and a lamp. Oh, we're back down here. Okay. I'm gonna say bye to Yoshi. Bye, Yoshi. Because I'm pretty sure I could just come right through this door and then turn around. Lamp? Lamp. Wasn't that a thing? Spraying the lamps above the doors? You got coins? Please? Oh no, aren't there coins like right over here? Yeah, there's 3 coins. Yeah. And I feel like we've got most of these shrines done now. You know, at least in terms of main areas. Like what? Noki Bay and yeah, Noki Bay and Pianta Village. Oh, and then of course, Delfina Plaza itself, and I want to say the airstrip as well. But those should not be as hard because it won't be like, okay, what mission do you need to go in to have the easiest time? You know, easiest time slash able to do it at all. Episode 6. So for 50, there's 50 over the water just beyond your starting point. The rest of them can be filled by various tunnels. And the golden button switched at the top of the waterfall. Where the gopher gunner was. What is it? Gopher gunner? Was that not Monty Mole? What was it again? Episode 6? I already forgot reading out the rest of it, where it's telling you the general idea. Episode 50. Or 50. I wasn't even reading the word 50 on the page when I said that. It was just stuck in my head. It was like, yeah, 50 coins out here on the water. And no turbo nozzle to get them with. Oh, I thought there were 2 coins like stacked right on top of each other. No, that was the water. Slash the visuals glitching out, I guess. Alright, let's smash A so we can go faster. Spray with the turbo nozzle, or the hover nozzle, because I think that makes you go faster. This is the best we can do for turboing. Unfortunately. I mean, it makes sense. It's a vertical level. There's not really anywhere to go with the turbo nozzle. But it's not like there's anywhere to go in Gelato Beach with the turbo nozzle, and they still put it there. Oh well. I almost wonder if they just couldn't think of places to hide all the coins. So they just decided, you know what? For one mission, let's just have 50 coins down on the water. If I had remembered which mission it was that had this long trail of coins, I probably would have chosen this. I'm just guessing on my own, but, you know, I want to look it up just to be sure, you know. I don't want to go, like I've said before, I don't want to go into a mission, hit 97 coins, and then run around trying to find 3 more coins when there are no more coins. Which, you know, I don't know for a fact that is not something that Mario 64 does. You know, I can't say I know that Mario 64 avoids that issue. I'm not gonna say Mario 64 is a bad game for introducing on the coin shines. Like, it invented this style of game to begin with, so I mean, I don't know about necessarily collectathons in general. I think most people would cite Super Mario 64 as that, but I don't know it as a fact, so I'm not going to state it as a fact. But, you know, this game would not exist without Super Mario 64, so I can at least say that much. So I can't hate on 64 really at all, because I haven't played it myself, like, all the way through. Excuse me. Which, again, I'm still not really sure. I think I've said this before. I'm not really sure if I want to do that as, like, a stream series or Let's Play series, or just save it for something I just do on my own. Maybe I will just fall all the way to the bottom and die. And not get hurt? Okay. Interesting. Yeah, maybe I will just save it for a special occasion, you know. Like a subscriber special or something. Because, you know, you only get to play through a game for the first time once. It is kind of interesting how, like, doing something for the first time is, like... Or, like really anything that's first is interesting. And then after that, it's just like, yeah, you know, been there, done that, whatever. First man on the moon, cool. Second man on the moon, who cares? And then there's also, like, you know, you're trying to... Oh, okay, I forgot that was there. You know, like, trying to beat a game without dying, and then you die once. It's like, well, I've already died once. Who cares how many more times I die after this? I wonder if there's any kind of, like, cause for humans caring about the first thing of something above all others. Like, I don't think there's, like, a biological reason to care. It's like, oh, the first strawberry I ever ate. Wow, so special. I have to remember that so I don't die tomorrow. It's like, no, it's not really a thing. I mean, you know, maybe remembering the first time you ate a strawberry is helpful for like, oh, I remember the first time I ate the strawberry because it was over here by the waterfall, and that helps you find the strawberry bush again. So you have, in your memory, a place where you can find strawberries. You know, another source of food. I suppose that's an evolutionary purpose. Oh, I was facing the wrong way. Because sworn I was facing towards the wall. Open the... Is there not a door here? Knock, knock. It's not Knuckles, but someone who doesn't chuckle. Why'd you open now? Whatever. The coins in here. Oh, have I already been over here? Okay. I still find that music really fascinating. The underground music. I don't know if I've said that yet, but yeah, as a kid, I liked that music. And I still like it. I think it's an interesting remix of that theme. The underground theme from Super Mario Bros. That's also something I find interesting, is like, the first Mario Bros. Game was just Mario Bros. But it became, you know, it didn't really take off until it was Super Mario Bros. So now that's what we know it as. Super Mario. Okay, I'm over here now. No coin in there. Nothing in there. And then it's going to be blocked over here, and I don't think I can spray from this side to get it open. Well, this is an interesting camera angle. Kind of. They don't want you to see this. Ooh. What if that's blue? Like, if what I was seeing... I feel the need to describe that better than just what I was seeing there. But I'm sure you can... You know, if you were paying attention, you probably saw up there too. You know, the blue. So I wonder if that was blue because that's what the world looks like outside the boundaries. Or if it just is set up to, like, if you peek through a wall, everything turns blue. Because, you know, it does have that, I suppose they call it a vignette, that they put over the game. When the camera is looking through a wall. And it is blue. Dabba-dee-dabba-die. So, it would make sense for that effect to have been triggered there. I don't remember if there's a Boundary Break episode of Super Mario Sunshine, but if there is, I should look it up. I should watch it before the next stream so I have more to talk about. I was gonna jump up to there, but I suppose that's not the brightest idea. Let's go down. Ouch. We can get over here and back over to this. I have no idea if any of these tunnels actually have any coins in them, but that's what the walkthrough said. I mean, you know, it said the tunnels. Didn't necessarily say these tunnels. But there are tunnels up here, so I better check them. Okay, stop going towards the wall. Okay, get out of there. Get over. Oh, no, that's just the thing I was going to spin jump to. Hip, hoop, hop. Hip, get over there. Yeah, there we go. There's some coins. Now, can I get over into that tunnel, please? Whoa, don't fall. Would you do the kick jump? Okay, there's a ceiling in the way. So I gotta get back over it. Oh, not there. Well, I was gonna ground pound. Why did you bonk your head? We gotta do this loop again. No, let's not do that loop. Let's go over here. I should get more water. I'm not running out, but you know, might as well. Carefully. Ow. Jeez. I could probably just go this way. Is this? No. That's not the second tunnel. Camera, please. Right there. That one. Yes. Yes, there we go. Ah, 5 more. Okay. Well, I did see where there were more coins. Ow. That voice clip. What? You know, when I think of falling off of a cliff and hitting the ground, I don't think of someone who hits the ground to go, what? I don't think of them as making a noise at all because they probably died. So, they wouldn't have been able to say anything. Ah, that's why there's a wire up there. Sneaky. Now that I think about it, I probably could have also gone into the red coin fish. I'm sure there were a lot of coins in there. I don't know if it would have been 100, but, you know, maybe 50 on the surface and then another 50 down with the fish. Okay, where's the wire? There's the wire. It's funny, the saying is usually down to the wire, but I went up to the wire. Yeah, I've never realized before that these are power lines, and then these obstacles that you jump over, that's just the power running through the line. Which is not how electricity works. But that's what it's supposed to be. I don't know what I used to think that was. I mean, probably still just some kind of electric thingy. Because it does... I think it does like a little shock effect when you get hit by it. No, it's actually kind of fiery. Yeah, if you ask me what effect that is, it's like, yeah, Mario got burnt. But they're all sparky, so it's like, why does Mario get burnt? Doesn't make sense. Why would a Wookiee live on the forest moon of Endor? It just doesn't make sense. Look at the monkey! Look at the silly monkey! Okay, now don't fall. Good. Camera, thank you. Oh no, a red one and a blue one! Whoa! Okay, yeah, whatever. And shine. Nice. While that does the thing, let me look at Bandit Village. 100 coins shine. Episode 5. Wait, no, I already did that one, didn't I? I did, didn't I? Yeah, because Yoshi. Yeah, I remember doing that. Okay, so let's say Delfino Airstrip. Let's see how many shines are there. Total shine sprites 2, and a single blue coin. It'll be 2 when I get there. Haven't made enough of those jokes. That was weird being, you know, it didn't do the usual intro. It threw me off. Yeah, I don't suppose you can get that blue coin when you first go to the airship, huh? So you have to wait to be able to go back. And then you have to get 10 coins to be able to afford the boat ride, so I gotta go find some coins. Okay, so things I have left to do. Get an email, apparently. I don't even know if that's an important email. I'll look at it later. You know, it's not like I'm gonna get an email that's like, you better stop streaming now and go do a thing, or else you're gonna die. It's like, no. No, I'll be fine. 7, 8, 9. 9! Why'd you have to stop at 9? I need 10! There we go. Hey, while I'm down here, Can I find that blue coin? I think there's like 2, actually. No, not that way. See, seeing that pattern of 9 placed there, it made me think of there being a blue coin down here. Excuse me. Or at least yeah, there's one. I thought they put it at the center of those, but nope, apparently not. Okay, now let's go buy a ticket to the plaza, or no, the opposite of the plaza, to the airstrip. Nope, get out of there. Okay, as I was saying, and then I got distracted. I'm buying an email. So I've got to get the 1 shine and the 1 blue coin that are over here in the airstrip. And then, now that I've taken care of the 100 coin shines, I think I've gotten all of them anyway. Is that... Oh, is the other shine the 100 coin shine of this? Or no, it's red coins, okay. Does the airstrip have 100? Okay, well, the guy didn't say anything about that, so I don't reckon it does. But I should look it up just to be safe. And then I need to get the blue coins around Delfino Plaza, the 100 coin shine of Delfino Plaza, and then whatever miscellaneous shines are around the plaza. So yeah, let's get that blue coin first. Is this like the one level in the game that has the turbo nozzle and not the rocket nozzle? Okay, right here. The receptionist is a frozen blue coin. You know, at risk of being annoying with how many jokes like this I make, I would not be too bothered by the AC being so high that a person could possibly freeze. Because I like to think I do pretty well with the cold. But I don't know, maybe I haven't experienced enough like extreme cold to really say. Yeah, you're just a regular yellow coin. Nobody cares about yellow coins. Wait a minute. I think the 100 coin shine here, I think there is one, and it's counted as Delfino Plaza's coin shine. So let me go around and see if I can get 100 coins. Man, if I had remembered that before, I would have been more careful to get more coins before coming here. Well, maybe the guide will say, you know, if I don't end up getting 100 here, then the guide will probably say something, you know, when I look up like, oh, what's the easiest way to get, what's the most efficient way to get all the coins in Delfino Plaza? Be like, yeah, go to the airstrip, and then be like, oh, okay, yeah, so I should have gone back. Should have gone back. Yeah, there we go. Nice. Honestly, that was one I was worried about because it seemed like I was going to really have to scavenge Delfino Plaza for coins. And now I'm not worried about that. Because I did not have to. Get up. Come on, get down with the sickness. There we go. So what I'm gathering here is that, with the exception of, like, the most notorious shines, which, you know, one is the Pachinko, and I believe the only other one is the one you have to use, you know, you have to get Yoshi, get on boats, you know, stop at that little platform there, get on another boat, and then get Yoshi over there to the island. That's the other notorious one, which we have not done yet. Like, it seems like those are the only ones that are actually, like, painfully difficult to get. The rest is just like, you know, you just gotta go do it. And even the 100 coins is like, yeah, you just gotta know what mission you're supposed to be going to. Ha! I got it for 10 tickets. So it really does seem like this game is not as hard as I've made it out to be to myself. Why you stop tripping? So like, yeah, it's just Pachinko and that other hard shine, notoriously hard shine, and that's that's the 100 coin shine again. Go away, I'm doing... It took away the fast music. It took away the time trial music. How dare you? Yeah, it's like, as long as you know, the most obscure blue coins and the best missions to get 100 coin shine, dude, get the 100 coin shines in. It's not really that hard of a game. Which, I think is partly due because due to the fact that this was before that era of Nintendo that decided, you know what we're gonna do for Mario completionists? We're gonna make them do one really hard level after they get literally everything else, and we're just gonna make it, ROM hack levels of difficult, which I'm personally not a fan of because I'm not one of those people who's like, yeah, I completed Mario Odyssey and I just found it easy. I wish the game was harder. Like, no, I don't want Odyssey to be harder because I can't find all the shines without using the hint system, or I can't find all the moves without the hint system, and I definitely can't do the really hard endgame stuff that I'm not going to spoil because, if you haven't seen Mario Odyssey's endgame, I think it would be a fun surprise to find in your own. Yeah, that like 3D Land, 3D World, those final levels, those ultimate trials, like, screw that noise, I hate those. Anyway, I'm going to take a quick break, and we'll be back in a little bit. Oops, I hit the wrong button there. See, I realized I started a train of thought and I was like, oh, I should finish that train of thought when I get to the next level. And then when I got into the next level, I forgot to finish it. So what I think is sad right now is like the state of the toy aisles in like Target and Walmart and stuff. Because it used to be that there was like, maybe this is more especially Walmart because I think Target actually was doing pretty decently. Oh yeah, these ladies, gotta do these ladies. It's like the Lego aisle used to be like an entire aisle, entirely Lego, both sides. I think at one point there was even like 2 Lego aisles, which makes me think of Lego Island. That's not the kind of aisle I mean. I'm not talking about Isle del Lego. But at least at Walmart, it's like it's just one side of an aisle, and it's where is this pipe? I know there's a pipe over here. Where are you? Is that it? It just kind of makes me sad, seeing how small the Lego aisle is, and at least at Walmart. It's like, man, it used to be so much bigger. There used to be so many more options, and now there is not as much. Okay, let's do the most water-consuming. Don't fall in a hole. Water-consuming thing first. Get the guy who's on fire to stop being on fire. Yeah, so I think that completes that train of thought. It's just like, yeah, it's less Lego in the Lego aisle. That makes me sad. Oh, that's not the guy. Would you please stop being on fire? It also seems like every time I'm like, yeah, alright, I'm gonna finally buy that Lego set I've had my eye on. And they discontinue it, and it's no longer on store shelves. Which has happened with, like, a few Nexo Knights stuff. Wait. Oh, I think I see it. There was a red coin under this fire. It's happened with blind bag figures of multiple varieties. Like, even just recently, I was at Walmart and it's like, oh, they got blind bag Muppets figures. Well, I not too long ago watched through the the original Muppets show. So it's like, yeah, get some Muppets figures, see who I get. And then I go back to Walmart and it's like, oh, if they're gone, I guess they don't carry them anymore. And now they don't, like, even Target with its, compared to Walmart, higher quantity of Lego, even they don't have the blind bag Mario figures. Or I guess they're less figures because they're... Is there not a red coin under the... Okay, there is not. Guess that's how the one guy got on fire. Yeah, even with Target's higher selection, they don't have the blind bag Mario sets, I should say, because they're not really figures, because they are a set of bricks that you put together. To make a Mario enemy. Check out a rat, by the way. That was the one I found at Target, and then there were no others. I got that, like... I don't really know what the enemy's called. I think I've only ever seen it in Sticker Star, and I don't remember what it was called there. There we go. So, knock on wood, I think I've gotten all the coins that require water. Possibly. Maybe this guy has another one, I don't know. Oh, he did, okay. But they didn't require too much water, so I should still be good. Okay, and then, yep, there's this spot. Carefully, okay. And then something I was thinking about while on break was like, I don't know if I can call this a gamer faux pas or not, but I think people generally discourage you from buying a game more than once on a separate console. Because, people like to make fun of Skyrim for being on a million different consoles, and then also make fun of people who buy Skyrim multiple times. But it's like, if you like a game enough, I think there's no shame in buying it on a different console if there's, like, a good reason to. Like if you originally bought it on Xbox and you're like, you know what? I want to be able to mod this. So you buy it on PC. That's what I did. Actually, it was originally my dad got it for Xbox. And I played it and liked it enough to get it for PlayStation, so I didn't have to worry about borrowing his Xbox from him. Although, technically, the PlayStation was... What am I bouncing on? Technically, the PlayStation is his too, but... I don't know, I think he gravitated more towards the 360, so that one was kind of more his console. So I got it for the PS3. And then I liked it enough to where, like, you know what? I want to be able to mod this. So when I got a laptop, you know, when I got my own computer, that was my computer that sat in my room, I got it for PC so I could mod it. And you know what? I would not mind buying the Switch version to have it portable, or Skyrim VR, because VR is neat, and I have that now. And same thing for Borderlands 2. You know, my dad had that for Xbox, so I played it on that, and I liked it enough, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna be able to play it whenever I want. So I got the Vita version. What do I want to do now? I guess there's only two things left to do. The blue coins that are lying around Delfino Plaza, and the hardest shine in the game. So let's do blue coins. How many are there? I will look that up. And then I also bought Borderlands 2 VR, which, you know, I probably should play that more. I am kind of in the Borderlands mood. Okay, there's 20 in... Excuse me. Delfino Plaza. They listed it as Isle Delfino, but I'm pretty sure they named it the Plaza. Oh yeah, look at that. There's 30 Delfino shines? What? Oh, I guess those are all blue coin shines. Also, wait, no, that doesn't add up, because once I get the hardest shine and then the remaining 9 blue coins, that would be 32 shines. That's a weird number. But all right. Where's my totals? Where's everything in a line? No, not that. Oh, here. Still looks weird, but okay. And 136. That looks weird next to all the 100s and 101s. How many shines are in this game? Feels like a weird number to end on. It's like 115 or so. I already closed the guide. Let me reopen that. I don't know where to look to find out how many shines in total there are in the game. So I will now go to the Mario Wiki and put in Super Mario Sunshine. Woohoo! The wiki does not say. I'll just Google it. How many shines are in Super Mario Sunshine? Okay, 120. That's what I thought. Okay. Well, I'll just get all the blue coins I can find. And I'll get that last shine that I know of. And maybe we can assume the last one in the game's 120th? That doesn't seem right, though. Maybe there are more secret shines around here I don't know about. Have I done that pipe? What's in the pipe? Oh, is this a slide? Oh, it's a slide. Okay, so there are more I'm forgetting about. Maybe face first was not the best idea. Okay, well, I'm not face first anymore. That was easy. Okay, so there's that one. I'm gonna get 4 more from blue coins. But that would be 15. 115. Oh. Oh, right. Okay, I remembered a couple more missing. So first... Man, I still have 163 coins. That's cool. That guy up there. Nice spin jump, Mario. That's not gonna get me up on the roof, is it? There, do that. Okay. Now carefully line up. Good old Chuckster. Throw me a coin and I'll throw you for a loop. And away you go. Bullseye. There we go. And then there's also the crate bursting minigame, which I think has 2. So I get those 2, that's 113. Heart of Shine, 114. So there would be still 2 more that I'm forgetting. There's here and one over here, but let me just double check. Yeah, got that one. Okay, let's go find the crate bursting minigame, which I think is just over here. And then the fruit ladies all give you blue coins, so those are probably... Well, I'm just gonna say the remaining ones. I don't know. I think there's only 4 fruit ladies. Break out the crates within 30 seconds, win a prize. You wanna try? It's 2 at a time, that's how I do it. I'm a pro crate breaker. That was great, you're the best. Why is the shine coming from that doorway? It's like he's not giving you the shine. It's just that the shine was watching. He's like, oh, well, you're a pro crate breaker, so let me come in here and congratulate you. Still not going down on coins. Still got 160 something. Wondering if there's anything I'm forgetting Yoshi can get me. Which I think is only like some blue coins. Yeah, it's too bad Yoshi automatically eats fruit when it goes in his mouth. Because he'd be great for transporting fruit for the fruit ladies. I would use that one to help me get this one and there. Maybe there's 3 levels of this. That was great. You're the best. I mean, I'll keep coming over here to check the guy. All Shine Sprites are hanging out in here and watching people break boxes. Coming out to congratulate them on a good high score. I feel like even if there is one more crate breaker one, it still leaves one I don't know. Oh, look at this setup. Wait, are my options there just yes? Like he doesn't even ask want to play, it's just yes, no. Break all the crates and win a prize. Yes. That was not a good time to scratch my face. There we go. You're the best. Oh, okay. That was it. He just has multiple setups. 2 shines and multiple setups. You can keep the blue shine if that's even supposed to be an actual object or just a representation of an object that the game does to let you know, hey, this would be a shine, but you got it already, so it's not. All right, I guess it's Fruit Lady time. Actually, no, wait, hang on. Because there is one thing I know I need to do with Yoshi, so let's go do that. Scratch my nose again. Arrgh. Give me a pineapple. Yoshi wants a pineapple. Get off the wall. I hate when that happens. Get off the wall. Ow, okay, well that is apparently not a faster way to get over there. Get up. Okay, there is some orange juice generators we need to break. Or at least one. Maybe 2? I don't know. I know for sure there's one over here. And there it is. And it's blocking a blue coin. Thank you. I think there's another one over here. Which way do I want to go? I guess go the safe way, so don't kill Yoshi. So it's like the other side of this building. No! Papaya. Oh, I forgot to finish my train of thought again on, like, what was the game I bought a second time? It was Blade and Sorcery. Because I originally bought the Quest version of it. Apparently that version, which is labeled as Blade and Sorcery Nomad, apparently that one is like a few versions behind the PC version, or I guess the Steam version. So I bought the PC version so I can have an up-to-date version, and also one with more mod support, because Nomad, even though, despite it being supposedly the same game, apparently you can't use the same mods for it. Which, don't ask me how that works, because I could not explain it. What's the best way to get Yoshi over there? That, apparently. Yeah, so I bought it for the mod support, and... yeah, I mostly bought it for the mod support, but then when I'm reading... Oh, there was him there. But then while it was downloading, I was reading the changelog, and it's like, wow. If they add all those cool things that they said were coming in 2022, that I suppose Nomad still does not have, because I did boot it up after I bought, played some of the PC versions. Like, yeah, this version is still not up to date, which is kind of lame, but I understand the development must be difficult or something. I don't know. I think the Quest runs on Android, so the Nomad version is basically a mobile phone version of it, more or less. I mean, I like running games directly on the Quest because they just run better. Sometimes you get a little bit of lag or stuttering with connecting it, playing games that are on the PC in VR. Is there anything else we can do with Yoshi? Steal more fruit? But I'm definitely happy I bought it again, because the new stuff they added that is not in Nomad yet is really neat. Plus, there's some really neat mods that are out there, which sadly don't work with the current version. At least not all of them. Like the sword from Dishonored, which I would really like to have because it's really cool. But oh well. I ended up getting some lightsabers instead. It's like, yeah, this is pretty cool too. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else Yoshi can do, so... Now it's time to help the fruit ladies. So just leave Yoshi, even back where he started. Back where he started. Back where he started! There. See you later, buddy. Gonna go give a lady some pineapples, I guess. I got the Stroganoffs will make it a little bit faster. Actually wants 3, so yeah. There'll be a little bit of running around, back and forth. Do I have all the blue coins yet? I mean, well, no, I said only the fruit ladies. Like, one of the cool things they add... Would you talk to the lady? Stop scratching her neck. Hello? You want to work for me for a little bit? I'd love for you to bring me some fruit. I'm craving some pineapples. Bring me 3, would you? Just bring the fruit here and put it in his basket, okay? I always thought that little chant this made me think of, like, fruit-oo. Gonna get some fruit-oo. It's gonna bring me some fruit-oo. Yeah, one of the cool things they added was, like, they upgraded how the anti-gravity spell works. So now it's like if you charge the spell while you're in the air and you hold your hand down, you can hover, which feels really rad. And then you can also, like... So it's like, you charge it and then you, like, gesture forward with your hand, like a push motion. And this is what I was looking for, the pineapple, so I completely forgot. And so if you do that, it does like a force push, which is appropriate for the the lightsabers I got. So convenient timing that I happen to get the version that lets me have lightsabers with the version that also basically gives me more force powers. I threw it too good. And if you do it's basically a force push, and if you do the force push downwards, it lets you jump basically. So yeah, like not only do you have the force, which is something I think has been in the game from the start, being able to grab people with telekinesis, but now you can also force jump and force glide. I don't know if anyone's ever force glide before, or force glide? Force glided? Glided with the force. But it feels like something I've seen before. Trying to think of what else was notable about the update. Like, they added an exterior to the house you spawn in before you load up a level, which is kind of interesting. I just think it's fun being able to open the doors now. And you can actually, like, kick the doors open or use a spell to open, you know, throw a spell at it. Hit it with the force push to force open the door. And you can kick the door open if you want to do a Shrek reference. Get in the basket! Why is it not going on? Like, I overshot it the first time, and now I can't. Now I just can't stop undershooting it. Stop diving for the watermelon. Or, there is no. I mean, there is, but it's one specific level. The pineapple. I know my fruits. There. Oh, that was only 2? Little trail of water that just now splashed down. You know, after the fact. It's funny. Oh yeah, another thing that this update brought is that the staves, or the magic staff, actually works. Because before, it was only an anti-gravity enchantment for the staff worked. Oh, I overshot it again. Only anti-gravity worked. But now you actually have... You can enchant it with fire, and you can actually shoot fireballs from it. Oh, I guess the pineapple didn't land. So I probably could have went up to get it. But I got the turbo nozzle. I'm not vertically inclined now, or horizontally. No, I was right the first time. Vertically inclined. So yeah, now you can shoot fireballs and lightning from the magic staff as well. Which reminds me of another mod I got. I got an earthbending spell. Thanks, Sweetums. And there's blue coin. Which, you know, I think is more due to like a limitation of either the game itself or the console, but it doesn't really feel like earthbending. Because, you know, for one thing, it doesn't detect your feet, so you can't stomp to, you know, raise the earth. But also the hand gestures don't really feel like earthbending. But it's still a really neat mod to have. And I'll have to look later to see if they have any other bending mods. Fire is already in the game, so I don't know that they need that. And with anti-gravity, I don't know that you need wind either. But it would be cool to get water bending. Or maybe a little bit more things you can do with fire. That would also be neat. Oh, Yoshi wants pineapples again. Okay, let's get this lady over here, because I remember this being impossible when I was a kid, because I didn't understand how it worked. She wants... Well, work for me, but I love you. I'm craving durians. Shoutouts to all the people who never heard of durians before this game, which would include me. Ow. Yeah, she wants durians, but that's the one fruit in this game that you can't carry with your hands for some reason. So you gotta... See, this is what I did not get as a kid, so you gotta kick it over. But then there's water. How do you get it? That's also kind of stupid that there is no... I mean, I guess the idea is you go inside the building to get across if you're a normal person who does not jump. But it's still kind of ridiculous town design that there's no bridge. But yeah, you dive into it. There you go. But now you still got to kick it into the basket before it despawns. I guess I got to turbo nozzle myself over there. There. Get quickly before it despawns. Oh yeah, you gotta get up on the hill too. That's the hard part as well. There. Oh! Would you please get away from the wall? Thank you. Ooh, 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 ooh. Gonna get some fruit, ooh. Fruit, ooh. Come on. There. Almost. Almost. There we go. And one of the things the earthbending spell lets you do is you can, like, raise earth spikes out of the ground. which reminds me of like the hammer fists in Prototype 2, which makes me want a Prototype mod, but sadly there is no one. But that would be kind of hard to do, like, because in Prototype you're a shapeshifter, so your weapons are your arms. You shapeshift your arms into the various weapons. So that, you know, with the exception of the claws and maybe the, I don't know, I think hammer fists and blade could work. What? Oh yeah, muscle mass. That was one of the other 5. Muscle mass and tendrils. And then, yes, I know I said 5, and now I'm at 5. I'm like, okay, what else is there? Whip fist. Ooh! Banked it off the back of her head. Yeah, Prototype 1 had different 5 powers than Prototype 2. So in Prototype 2, instead of, I don't know why I said 1 is different from 2. Like, 2 is the one that came after. That's the one that's different. Prototype 1 had muscle mass as the 5th weapon. Okay, bye, Dorian. And then in Prototype 2, they decided to go with a new power, the tendrils, which is a way better power, because the muscle mass was basically just, it's unarmed, but stronger. So it's like, yeah, instead of that, how about we do tendrils? And the tendrils are pretty rad. So I'm glad they did that. What? Why that? Why did I... Oh yeah, I guess that's another way you can do it. You can... If you jump when you hit it. Excuse me, again. And also the earthbending mod lets you merge with other elements, which so far in base blade and sorcery, the only spell you can merge a spell with is itself. So now I'm like, oh man, this mod raised the bar for what the main game should do in future updates. And so yeah, with I forget what all of them are, but to me the most notable one is that you can get your Dorian lost there. Is that you can merge it with fire to lava bend. It's like, ooh, now I can do a rare earthbending variant. Which just reminds me of how people, you know, some certain subsets of Avatar fans are like, man, Legend of Korra ruined the rare bending styles because they made them not rare. It's like, not. I mean, sort of, but not really. I mean, I don't think it's that much of a problem. It's not like every earthbender became a lava bender. Like, metal bending is... It wasn't necessarily said that metal bending was a rare power. And actually, it was Korra that... It was Legend of Korra that stated that, yeah, not every earthbender can metal bend. Because one of, you know, the main earthbender of the main character, of the main cast, he can't metal bend. But then later on, they reveal, like, oh, he can lava bend. And that's also not an example of like, oh, they're just making a rare power less rare. No, it actually makes sense. Because apparently he's like, sort of technically half firebender. Like his brother's a firebender. So it makes sense for him to also have some of that firebending ability in him to be able to lava bend. Coconuts, bring me 3, would you? Ooh, 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 gonna get some fruit, ooh. Now this can be tricky because coconuts like to decide to go on their own journey into the ocean. So don't let them. Put it down. Get out of the basket. And also I think it's like, you know, they didn't, like, people also like to complain about how overpowered Korra is. But it's like, she didn't get all the rare bending abilities. Like, she doesn't lightning bend or lava bend. Just spirit bending, which was really only discovered by the Avatar who came before her. So it kind of makes sense for that to now be kind of a standard ability of every Avatar. Oh, that was it. I usually have more trouble with that. Yeah, she can't lava bend or lightning bend. And then she learns to metal bend later, but that's like, you know, apparently it's not that hard to metal bend. It's just sometimes you just can't. Okay, how many? Just 3 more. Oh yeah, and then there's a lady over here who wants bananas. Which is bananas. You want to work for me for a little bit? I love you bring me some fruit. I'm craving some bananas. Okay, but how many bananas do you want? Do you want 3 bundles, or do you want 3 like individual bananas? Because there's a difference. Alright, the bananas are over here, and I'll just steal them. Thank you. 164 coins? No, I mean, no, I can't spend those. I'm broke. I don't actually have 164 coins. I always kind of like that when you stand on the basket and it does its little bounce to let you know it went in. That you don't bounce with it. Man, 0 out of 10. This game's not polished. I can't believe it. I can't believe they shipped it in this state. Well, come. Aren't there supposed to be 2 L's in welcome? Nope. No. Okay, that's a thing. Ow. Watch it, he says to the pole that he ran into. Oh. How'd you get stopped by a coconut? It just doesn't make sense. Why would a Wookiee live on the forest moon of Endor? Just doesn't make sense. Nope, do the bananas again. Except they did not know. No! Yeah, it's right there. Just put it in the basket yourself. And there we go. There's another one. So 2 more. I don't believe there are more fruit ladies. Could there be more bluebirds? Also vaguely remember there possibly being one for spraying a wanted poster. Maybe we gotta spray it with Yoshi. Spray a window. Oh, there's an open one. Maybe you gotta spray the open window with Yoshi. At this rate, I think I'll just find those last 2 blue coins and end the stream, and then next time we'll do the hardest shine. So the hardest shine gets to be its own stream, and then we'll beat the game. Although, I suppose I am still missing some shines. Because I'm gonna get 4 once I have the blue coins. So I'm missing 3? Yeah, 3. I don't know why that took me so long to math. Well, it took me so long because I'm not great at math. I like doing equations though, when you know, when they're not too complicated. But so I don't know where those are gonna be. Maybe I should look them up. Oh wait, there's one up there that I never got. I'll go do that. Are there any blue coins in the water? I think I got this. Yeah, yes. Oh, the gold bird. I didn't. No, I got the gold bird that was over here. Can't get the one up that's in the fire though. Is there a bluebird over by the lady? Is it over here? I don't think so. Ouch. Okay, well, I can at least get that one shine of the 3 that I don't know where they are. Because I do know where one of them is. Stop bunking your head on things. What are these guys so happy about? You should come visit me in the country sometime. I'm visiting you right now. I'm taking as many mushrooms with me as I can. Good for you. Didn't realize there were any mushrooms around here besides the 1-ups. Ow, I was afraid of that, but oh, never mind. I was gonna say, but at least I didn't fall. Stop diarrheaing. So what are the other 2 I'm missing? Oh, the other blue coins I'm missing are probably in the sewer, but that doesn't explain where the 2 more shines I need to... Oh, no, there's one more, because there's one... Okay. Where's that last one? Let me look that up. Okay, the hidden shine, the slide minigame, the dirty bell, box breaker part 1, part 2, Chuckster on the roof, Pachinko, Goldbird, I'm pretty sure I got that. The hardest one, Turbo Nozzle Fun, water slide minigame. I grabbed onto the ledge. Lighthouse, according to the Shine Gate. Second bell. Tall grass minigame. Consider that a minigame. Oh, defeating Bowser counts as one? Okay. So that is the 120th. And then the 2 shines at Delfino Airstrip. Okay. So I guess I'll just wander the sewers looking for blue coins and see if I find the 2. And then we'll go turn into blue coins, and then we'll have all the blue coin shines. First time I've ever done that, yeah! Okay, so I've been around here before. Man, look at all the coins I have that I can't do anything with, because this is not Mario Odyssey. Ow, stop bonking your head on walls when you shouldn't bonk your head, Mario. Alright, I'm actually really not sure if there's any more blue coins in the sewer. Or if there's just the 1, but I'm fairly certain there are. Let me try these sewers. Ah, too bad I don't have the... Wow, I'm at 20 lives again now. Definitely gonna need those! And I'm not being sarcastic, I'm happy I'm at 20. I will be needing those. Okay, let's check this sewer. Coin. Coin. Yellow coin. Oh, there's sure to be one over here. Or not. What about over here? Oh, there's one. Okay. So there's sure to be one more in the sewers. I kind of want to get a first person on these sewers. This is kind of like I kind of want to see what they look like. Because, you know, it's probably not like the modern sewers we think of. It's all just like rusty pipes and concrete and stuff. Like, it's probably more like a cistern, because it's, you know, Stofina Plaza. It's probably fancier. Ooh, ooh, that's it. That's the one. See, that's the one I was thinking of. It's like, oh, there's gonna be one in the center of like 8 shine or eight yellow coins. It's I don't even know how you're supposed to find the cover. I think you just walk over it. Come on. There it is. And... Aw. Oh wait, there's the dead end. That should be one. Dude. Dude. Haha. From one sewer to another. It was like some kind of trick. Over here, and then... Okay. And stop bonking your head, Mario. Like, I don't even know how I keep doing that. Oh no. Have I searched the whole sewers? Okay, well, let me save some time and just make sure that there are 3 in the sewers, or see if I can find one. It's like, oh, that one. I definitely have not gotten that one. Okay, the one in the prison. Okay, there are 3. That's not a very descriptive description of where it is. After a few turns through the tunnel, you'll find the blue coin. The island tunnel starts just south of the cannon in the northwest. It runs west under the water to a small island. Oh, I guess that's where they're talking about. Be sure to save. I know I save after like every collectible, but I'm gonna double check. Did I figure out where that last shine was? I think I'm still missing one. Okay, so not all the way to the island. Oh, right, I remember this now. It's like this way. There it is. Oh, Bowser, that's right. That's the 120th shine. Okay, so now let's go turn in the blue coins. For the first time ever, I've gotten all, however many of them there were. I was gonna say 100, but I passed 100 a long time ago. Stop bonking your head, Mario! I seriously have no idea how he keeps doing that. Okay, that time made sense. Don't tell the wall to watch it, Mario. You're the one who ran into the wall. Reminds me of an episode of The Amazing World of Gumball, where the Gumball was trying to go somewhere really fast on like a tricycle, and he loses control, and he's gonna run into a wall. He's like, "Get out of the way!" And he's like, "I can't. I'm a wall." I forget how the bit goes, but it's funny because the wall was alive. Welcome, welcome. I suppose you're here for that. Yes, very good. That means I will require 10 blue coins from you. I can exchange those for shines. I'll give you 4, yes? Would you like to? Yes. Really, truly, yes. No refunds, yes. Yes. And I will save again to be safe. And then, you know what else I'll do? I will save state. Alright, that's it for tonight. Thanks for watching. See you on Wednesday when we finally 100% this game. First time I've ever done that. Bye.